You know what this is? This is a 1956 General Electric switch engine locomotive. It was used extensively in the coal mines, and it was specifically made for a company around here. I'm Dee the Explorers. Why don't you come with me while we walk around this and check it out? Okay, let's go for a little walk around this engine. This was custom made for a local coal company. It was a custom 1956 GE switcher engine locomotive. It was made for the Highland Coal Company, and it was used for many, many years to shuttle coal cars into and out of the Jetto No. 7 breaker near Hazleton. Look at that front. Wow, that's power. And that back, yeah. It was going to be turned in for scrap, but thanks to a local railroad buff, it was taken to the township building for the restoration process, and that took 3 years. Amazing, 3 years. They fixed it up. It looks pretty good, I think. It was used like in the 40s and 50s. Most of these have 4 axles and weigh 44 ton, but this one, being custom made, only has 2 axles. I'm not sure what the weight is, but I'm sure it's much lighter. Look at that, powerful stuff. Look how strong that is. Can you imagine all those little Barney cars and coal cars? This wasn't used down in the mines. It was used to shuttle the coal cars, from the mine outside into the breaker. All the doors are welded shut. They don't want anybody getting in there. I would love to have seen that engine. I bet it was big and powerful. Yeah, look at the front of that. You see that thing coming towards you? Like I said, those doors are also welded shut. And as you can see, there's a lock on the operator's door. We're going to take a look up in there in just a few minutes. They gave this little baby a fresh coat of paint, and of course, the doors were welded up. And then it went for a ride. Look at the top of that, the exhaust pipe. And yes, that top one is welded shut too. I guess that's where they put all the fluids for the engine, and then they drained them out somewhere down there. That big headlight. I bet that thing used to roar. So anyhow, they eventually loaded it on a truck and moved it to the community park, which was right across town. And look at that, there's the control, the switches. It was really hard to see because that mesh was just so thick. There wasn't much there wasn't much window to see what was in there, but you could see some of the controls from there. So anyhow, they moved it across town to Community Park, cleaned it off, and then they got it lifted up on these little tracks. Now here's the opposite view. The controls are like right in front of you, and that is either like some kind of toolbox or a seat for the engineer that was operating it, and you could see from the bumper sticker on the wall, somebody was a Penn State fan. Look at that. That is cleaned up so nice. I could see why it took 3 years, because this little baby sat in the strippings for many, many years, and it was just rotting away. And they gave it a little TLC, and now it's here for everybody to enjoy. Look at those brakes. Oops, a little dirt. That's okay. Railroad history is a little sparse in this area around Hazleton. Stations were torn down for modernization, and the breakers, most of them are actually gone. There are a few ruins spread around the area, but they're getting harder to come by. Vandalism, graffiti, and of course, Mother Nature has taken it apart. Well, thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. That's a cool little locomotive. I'm sure they put a lot of miles on that hauling coal around. I already said thanks for coming, didn't I? That's okay, I'll say it again. You guys deserve it. I appreciate all your kind words and thoughts. And click that notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Peace, baby.